You know, I've been feeling quite nostalgic recently, last few days, just about the allotment, and it's I think it's the closest thing we have to, well, for me, the closest thing I've got to a time machine. Just checking to see if it's still drizzly, but it looks like it stopped. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Down at the Allotment. It's a Saturday, the 3rd of February, and yeah, it's overcast today. It was drizzling about 5 minutes ago, so I hope it stays off while I do this. So hope everybody's all right. And yeah, so few jobs today. What I'm going to do is I've got some cauliflower. I've got some cauliflower Barcelona F1s, an award-winning variety producing first-class heads of dense, heavy curds. Now, I quite like cauliflower, but what we like to do with it is we like to roast it. Now, if you've never roasted cauliflower, it's lovely. No need to pre-boil. Chop it into little sections and sprinkle a bit of cumin on it, a bit of smoked paprika, stick it in a oven dish in the oven, 20-25 minutes. Absolutely beautiful. So that's why I'll be growing cauliflower this year. And also as well, I'm going to be putting some flowers in. I'm not sure if I said in the last video, the one before that, that I've got some triangular shaped raised beds. And last year I had the flowers in there. I had some Calendula, Nasturtiums, some French Marigolds, even some of those lovely little poached egg plants. You know, the ones that look like little eggs. You know. Anyway, instead of putting them in the beds, I'm going to put them in troughs and pots around the perimeter of the allotment. Just obviously adds a nice bit of colour, brings in the bees, the butterflies. I don't seem to see many at all anymore. Cabbage whites, definitely. Red admirals, yeah, see them. Sometimes find them in the house, actually, poor things. So, but the other ones I used to see as a kid. No, it's you don't see those anymore. But hopefully, yeah, just around the perimeter of the allotment here. Nice splash of colour. I did them last year, and I also what I did was last year I actually harvested the seeds. So I've got them in jars in the house. So I'll get them. We'll plant those. We'll plant the cauliflower. Well, not plant it. Sow the seeds. You know what I mean? And also as well, I've got a what I was going to use. I've got a trough. No, I've not. I've got a raised bed over there with a door attached to it. Because originally my plan was to use that as a cold frame. But I think because I'm going to have a lot more onions this year than I did, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some onion seeds in there. I've got the onion. I sowed some onions last week. I've got them growing. So once they're ready, put them in there. So what I need to do is I need to put some cardboard in there, suppress the weeds, and then whack on some compost. You know, that'll be ready for the onion seeds. Also, what I need to do, if I've got time today, I'll put some. We're into the beginning of February. Shallots and the onions. I might put the shallots in, but I'll concentrate on today is cauliflower, the flowers, the nasturtiums, the calendula, and also put the cardboard in the what's supposed to be the cold frame, and that's it. I've got the soil already prepped here, all right, because I didn't want to faff around getting all that sorted. So I've got the seedling compost already. So I think that's it. So I'll just get everything ready. Yeah, so I hope everybody's all right. I hope you've had a good week. Yeah, it's you know, it's overcast today. You'll probably see rain this afternoon, but thought I'd do this morning. Get the little jobs out of the way, and you know, I've been feeling quite nostalgic recently. Last few days, just about the allotment, and it's you know, I think it's the closest thing we have to, well, for me, the closest thing I've got to a time machine. That makes sense. My dad used to have an allotment when we were growing up, and we used to. It was about a mile away from the house. So my dad used to walk down, and when we used to go with him, he used to walk down. But actually, talking about a time machine, walk down what we called the time tunnel, and that was what it was. It was hawthorn trees and holly bushes, all just path down the middle, and all the trees were overhanging. So to a young boy like myself, it was. My dad says, "This is it. We're going down the time machine now," and it was like we're going into another world. We're going down to the allotment, the patch. So and we went down there, and my dad he'd walk past all the other allotments, saying hello to everybody. Everybody were all there, tending to the vegetables. Also was down there as well. A lot of the allotment owners were also pigeon fanciers as well. So they raced pigeons, as did my dad. Typical Yorkshireman. You couldn't get more typical Yorkshireman as my dad. He, yeah, flat cap, racing pigeons. You can't get any more, any more Yorkshire than that. And he had, an allotment, grew all the veg that I'm probably growing now: cabbages, cauliflowers, the greenhouse, and and we used to go down there and spend hours down there, just helping him dig and helping him to water, and just one memory that sticks in my head is the greenhouse. Just going down there, especially on a warm summer's morning, and it'd open the greenhouse door, and just the feel of the heat washing over you. The closest thing I can ever think that I can get to that description is when you go on your holidays and you land the plane park, so they bring those steps up to the side of the plane. Actually, you have to walk out onto the tarmac and then make your way into the terminal. When you first walk out and you feel the heat and the humidity wash over you, that's exactly the feeling I got when I walked into that greenhouse as a young lad. Just the smell, the intoxicating smell of the onions, the tomatoes, and there's no smell like it. Is the leaves, the ripe tomatoes, and I've just been thinking a lot about that recently. Well, this past week actually, I think this is. I suppose I'm carrying on what my dad did because he, he had the allotment, or the patch as he called it. He had it as long as I could remember, up until probably his mid to late 60s, when the digging got a bit too much for him. He tried to help out, but he got rid of the pigeons by that time. And I think it was just the digging. He never had raised beds. I don't think that was a thing back, this is probably the early 90s, something like that. So it was a lot of digging the ground every spring, breaking it all up, planting stuff. Got a bit too, plus as well the mile walk there, mile walk back. So so he gave it up. I think, just what I'm doing now is I'm carrying on what my dad started. Really, he passed away about 5 months ago, and I'm so glad he got a chance to see this allotment, how I started it. He came up and saw it as it was in summer of last year, and I'm so glad he did. I like to think that I'm actually carrying on what he did. But when I come here, to me, this is more than an allotment actually. I suppose it's like a little time machine. Every time I come here and see things growing, especially in spring, just takes me back. Anyway, that's me having on. Right, so I've got my cauliflower seeds ready. Nice, but I'm just taking my gloves off. Just take my gloves off. Let's have a look. So the old cauliflower. I do like it. Not so keen on cauliflower cheese, but my wife does, but I don't like making it, to be honest. So yeah, nice bit of root. Yeah, they are small, aren't they? Yeah, have a look. Is it up bugger? Oh, seeds in there. Oh, right. Oh, you witnessed that. That was complete. That was brand new. There's only one seed in there. That's a bit naughty, that. Right, I'll have to contact them. So I'm not putting the cauliflower in. Honestly, felt like there was more seeds in there. Unless have they just fallen? They're not falling out, have they? They just saw me open it. Not in the lid, are they? No, no idea with that one. So we're not doing the cauliflower today. That'll teach me for not checking. You know, just when you no, they're small enough. Oh, no, there's one in there. There's just one. Unless it just full. Oh, bloody no, now. Anyway, we ain't doing the cauliflower seeds. So what I'll have to do is let me go just go and get the flowers, the flower seeds, and we'll get that sorted. Okay. So here we are. We got the French marigold, these ones here. We've got some nasturtiums here, and we've got some calendula right here as well. Now, we've got some of those little silica gel sachets in here to obviously keep the moisture out. So these are the ones that I harvested last year from the flowers that we had. So, oh, you're kidding me. God's sake. Bloody happened to get Myra. What the? I don't believe this. What this? Every time I come out, there's a sock missing. Anyhow, so that's what I'm going to do. And on this seed tray here, this plug tray, and what I've done is, as you can see, down the middle, okay, down the middle, I've put to separate it. So I'll put the marigolds, nasturtiums, and the calendula, and there you are. So it's 3 separate ones. Now I'll just put my gloves on, and we can get sorted. So there we go. Actually, no. Then what I'll do first, I'll put some nasturtiums in here. Actually, wow. These were quite prolific. These were. These nasturtiums here. Yeah, they dropped. So I've got a funny feeling that I'll be sprouting some around there, because that's where I had them, and they spread like wildfire actually. But I've got a feeling come springtime that they'll they'll sprout up, and but no, quite a nice flower actually. So here we go. Now I've heard of people actually soaking these before you put them in. Now I've not done that, so what I'll do is I'll put them in dry. But I've heard of people actually soaking them for a few hours, if not overnight, just to soften the the outer shell. But I'm going to stick those in and see how we get on. So there's one going in there. There's one going in there. There's one going in there. There you go. That's it. Yeah. It's like the drizzle stayed off for a bit, but fingers crossed it'll be alright. I've got a few jobs around the house to do. I need to go shopping this afternoon as well, so some food shopping for tea tonight. So I've I've just adjusted the camera because you couldn't really see what I was getting up to. So yeah, put my gloves back on. So yeah, so that's them planted. Now, should I put two in there? Put two in. Yeah, it's all trial and error, isn't it, really?
Unfortunately, for whatever reason, my audio cut out from this point on, so unfortunately you can't hear my voice, but please carry on watching for some Cocker Spaniel cuteness.
Oh, just, you know, schoolboy error. Unbelievable. Now, what I should have done is I should have checked after every segment of video that I recorded that the audio was working all right. And on quite a lot of it, it hasn't. And it started raining now. A little bit deflated now. Anyway, you learn these things, don't you, when you're out, when you're recording. So, yes, so my intention was to plant the shallots, but I'll do that another time because it started raining now, and I need to do the bits and pieces. So yeah, we'll call it a day, and hope you've enjoyed it. Enjoy your week, and I'll see you next week. You take care. Bye now.